If you find yourself without internet access but you'd still like to be able to read and reply to emails, then Gmail has a useful offline mode. However, before enabling offline mode, there are a few things worth considering. Firstly, you'll need to be able to use Chrome browser. You cannot use Gmail's offline mode in an alternative browser. Secondly, you'll need to plan ahead because you need to be connected to the internet to set up offline mode, and Gmail requires a little bit of time to download all the email to your computer before it is ready to use offline. Finally, the setting is only specific to the computer you are using. So if you plan to use offline mode on, say, both your desktop and your laptop, you're going to need to enable the setting on both devices. The only caveat to this is the Gmail app on mobile, which appears to have offline mode enabled by default. Okay, with all that in mind, to enable offline mode in Gmail, click on the settings icon in the top right of the screen, choose See All Settings, and click on the Offline tab. Ticking the box will enable offline mode and present some additional options. You can choose to sync a maximum of 90 days of email, and you'll need to separately enable the downloading of attachments. You also have the option to have Chrome delete the offline cache of email when you sign out of your browser, which is definitely more secure than simply leaving a copy of your email stored on the machine. Click Save and you'll see a message confirming that your email will need to be resynced if you ever sign out of Gmail. You will then be taken back to your inbox and you should see a little synchronization icon appear in the top right window, confirming your email is being downloaded for offline access. Once complete, the icon will change to a tick and Gmail is ready to use offline. To access Gmail when offline, you need to use the address mail.google.com because of course Google won't be able to access the internet to resolve any variation of this address. So if you're typing gmail.com or if you go to google.com and hope to click on the link to Gmail, these will not work. If I disable internet access on my machine, you can see I get a pop-up message confirming I'm offline, but I'm still able to access my inbox and the attachment contained within my email. Gmail warns me that it cannot virus scan attachments while offline, so just be extra cautious of opening anything from anyone who is unknown to you. I can reply to emails and create new ones in the normal way, and when I click send, the email is held in my outbox ready to be sent when I'm back online. So if I re-enable my internet connection, you can see the email is sent and disappears from my outbox. In the mobile app, offline mode is enabled by default, and as with the desktop version, you can go into settings and increase the number of days to sync to a maximum of 90 days. The only difference being that if I enable flight mode, I don't appear to be able to access attachments offline. I can still, however, reply to emails, and as with the desktop version, the email will be sent once the phone comes back online. So that is how to use Gmail offline. If you'd like to know how to recall an email in Gmail, then this is how you do it. By default, you have 5 seconds to recall an email in Gmail. The time limit is a setting that can be altered by clicking on the settings icon, choosing all settings and finding the undo send option. If I quickly send an email to Herman, you can see that the undo option will appear when I click send. As far as I'm aware, there isn't another button you can use to recall an email, so you must click on this pop-up before the 5 seconds are up. If you miss it, or if you run out of time, your email is sent, and as far as I'm aware, there is no way of recalling it once it's been sent. There we can see it arriving in Herman's inbox. If we go back into settings, you can increase the undo send time to a maximum of 30 seconds. Having made the change, be sure to click save at the bottom of the page. Now if we send another message to Herman, our pop-up will appear for 30 seconds rather than 5. If you click undo within the time limit, the email is not sent and it will be moved to your draft emails folder. You don't have to wait on the page to watch your email being sent. You're free to move away from the tab and do something else. You can even choose to close the Gmail tab and the message will still send once the undo send period expires. One thing to note, however, is if you send an email and close the Gmail tab, this will also close the pop-up option to undo send. And as I said earlier, I don't believe there's another way of recalling a message. So if I send a third email to Herman, close Gmail, and then I realize I want to recall that email, when I go back into Gmail, even though I'm still within my 30-second grace period, I've lost the option to undo send, and there's nothing I can do to prevent that email from being sent. Finally, it's worth noting that this extended timer in the browser version of Gmail does not apply to the Gmail app for mobile. The mobile app uses a default 5-second timer, and as far as I can see, there's no way of changing this in the mobile settings. So that is offline use and recalling emails in Gmail. Before you go, if you are considering starting your own YouTube channel or you'd like to see how I create my videos, I have a free course on my website which I'll link to below. No gimmicks, it is completely free, so I recommend having a look at that. If you found this video useful, I'd appreciate you giving me a like and hit subscribe for lots more quick tips like this one. Until next time, thank you very much for watching.